We live, we live. It says we live. Okay, now I need to check I need to go see what it actually looks and sounds like. It says YouTube is live. See what it actually looks and sounds like. Oh damn, it sounds great. Sounds great. I think it looks great. It says YouTube is live. Nice. All right, that's it. Let's do it. Man, we back for another one. We are back. We are back. We are back. No, that's not what I want. Yes, it is. Back for another episode of the Thorn City Spotlight Show SNL Saturday Night Live edition. I'm your host, Naeem Hall, the Thorn City podcast guy. Man, this doing this stuff by yourself, boy. It's work. I got to start making some money, man, so I can hire some people. I need some help around here, but it's fun doing it by yourself. But it was nothing like pulling up to the studio and my brother, shout out to my guy Just Stone Lens. He's out in LeGrand right now. I told y'all GMP is going on the road. So he's out there grinding with my guy Tim James out there out in LeGrand. So I gotta find a way to get a trip out there for some reason. Maybe I'll go out there and interview Tim James or something. No, I'm gonna get him remotely. I'll do both maybe. But yeah. This setting up the cameras and setting up the audio and setting up the feed, man, it's crazy. It's a lot of work, but I learned a lot being around my brother. Just because I'm an observant guy, and so I watch everything. And so I've learned a lot, and so I like my little set I done put together here. We in the dungeon tonight. This is where Saturday Night Live will be, unless I have an in-studio guest. Then we'll go to HQ. HQ is up and running. I'm waiting for a couple more pieces of furniture, and it'll be all ready to go. But man. Oops. What was I gonna say? Man, I'll be having all these bright ideas. Every time I'm thinking I'm keeping it simple, it just turns into more work than I expected. But you know, that's the grind and that's the process. You got to go through it to get through it. And so I'm going through it. I'm getting to it. I'm getting through it. But lately, I've been learning to simplify the execution without watering down the vision. And so that's what we're going to get into a little bit tonight. We're going to give your boy a round of applause for showing up again. Consistency is the key. And so you got to be consistent. If you're not going to be consistent, you're wasting your time. And please don't come waste my time. Because I am getting into I'm looking for serious people at this point, who's ready to invest with themselves and really do it right. So like I said, I'm back in the dungeon tonight where most of the Saturday Night Live sessions will go down. This is the creative zone where I can practice on some things. I can work on some voiceover work. And the ideas just they turn into reality. But the crazy part is, the transition period is over. We're finally all set up. Like I said, I'm waiting for a few pieces of furniture for the HQ, and I'm waiting for the website. And then, man, I'm just going to really push the line. So I'll start being visible in a lot of places. That's my thing, is visibility and transformation. And so I'm going to get Thorn City is going to be visible. That's the one thing over in the studio that I would hear from people when they would come. They would say, man, we didn't even know you guys were here. Man, we were there for 5 years. So that means we was doing something wrong in the visibility field. We weren't out there enough. But that's all going to change this round for me. It's all on me this time. This is the Thorn City Syndicate Management Agency. I'm not in artist management anymore. I am now in the visibility, the expertise of visibility. Making myself visible, making you visible. Because if you're not seen, man, you ain't out there. So we're going to work on that. So starting next week, I will be dropping a new season of the Spotlight Show, season 3. It's what I like to call the vault episodes. And it's feeling like everything is starting to line up for me. Like I said, I got all my pieces to the puzzle, about 99%. And so welcome to the new era of Thorn City Syndicate, the management agency. Same mission, new level. Man, it's the vault episodes. So basically what it is there's a few episodes that I recorded over at the studio that I hadn't been able to release. So shout out to everybody who gave me their time and came and sat down with me. I appreciate you. But I do need to release those episodes. And so I didn't want to shortchange my guests. I didn't really want to just put them out and not really give them the push they deserve, because I was in transition. So now I'm ready. And what the hell? What is that? Is that the storm out there? That scared the living daylights out of you, boy. Man, that was crazy. Oh, man. I don't know if y'all could hear that on the feed. Damn, that knocked me all off. I don't even know where I was at. I think I was talking about the dungeon episodes. Not the dungeon episodes. This is the dungeon. The vault episodes. Those episodes are unreleased. So as the final days was winding down at GMP is when I started the Saturday Night Live. So I'm able to go back and take those live episodes and actually turn them into a real episode. And so between those episodes and the unreleased interviews, that's going to be season 3. And so I'm excited to get back to the Spotlight Show and interviewing people and seeing where I can take this thing now that I got a little bit more clarity on my vision and what I want to do and how I want to do it. Shout out to my guy Jamal Lane and Christina Lane over there at CBI School of Success, and they have the barbershop over there. They helped me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. And so, man, for those that don't know, this is the Spotlight Show. No, the Spotlight Show. The Thorn City Spotlight Show, the main podcast, is where I sit down with creators, entrepreneurs, and dream chasers to share their stories and their lessons. I'm going to be reaching out to them because I feel like they can help me along my journey. And so that means if they can help me out, they can help you out. And so that's what we're going to do. And so SNL is the Saturday Night Live Thorn City Spotlight Show. It's where I show my story. I share my story a little more, my mind state, some of the mistakes and the moves that I'm making, and how it's all going to come together. So I'm looking for people who move with the same type of energy, creators, business owners, and community builders who's ready to be seen, be heard, and be remembered. That is the tagline: be seen, be heard, and be remembered. And so y'all gonna be hearing that from me quite a bit. So let's see, the Dungeon versus the HQ, and the season 3 launch announcement. November 1st, that's next Saturday. I'm gonna start releasing episodes, and I'm gonna at least release one a week. Man, and I don't know how. Depends on how fast I get to my, because I'm gonna start reaching out and doing season 4 interviews now that I'm ready. So depending on how quickly I get those going, I might double up on the releases of season 3 just to get them out the way, and so I can able to start release season 4 with the new guests. So even though I'm in the dungeon tonight, like I said, this is the space where I practice and work out the kinks. I take a lot of this stuff I do from here in the Saturday Night Live, and use the audio tracks as the voiceovers for the social media posts. And so this is where I can get my practice in. But I gotta say, being set up at the Thorn City HQ hits different. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a great space down there, what they call that, the Big Pink building. I'm up there on the 31st floor, one floor above the Portland City Grill, the U.S. Bank Corp Tower. Initially, I was really just looking for a virtual business address, and they do have those. But then I came across a company called Regis, who actually rented out a whole floor, and they take that floor and they make a bunch of different office spaces and rent it out to, small businesses or large businesses, whoever needs the space. And so initially, like I said, I was gonna get I was gonna get a virtual business address, and then I was also looking into renting a space once a week, so I can go in and record some promo videos, somewhere I can just tuck off and just work. And what I come to find out was there was a couple ways you can do it up there. You can rent by the hour, you can rent by the day, you can rent by the week, or you can rent by the month, or you can rent by the year. You can sign a long term. And so what happens is, if you're only renting anything besides a full year's lease agreement, you have to go during office hours, which is 8 to 5. And so I'm still heavy in my gig grind. I'm still in my gig work. And so I'm still grinding during the daytime. And so sometimes I'm not able to get down there before that 5 o'clock hour. So I honestly need space where I can go anytime. And so I decided to agree with them for a year-long lease. And what they did was decided they would give me 50% off for the year. So what I'm paying for signing the lease for the year, what I pay per month, if I was to break that down and I rented the space for once a week, I'm pretty much paying the same thing. So it only made sense to go ahead and get the whole year out the way. And I can have it. I can set it up how I want it set up. I can leave my stuff. I got the key. It's like your own space. It's kind of like with how they broke it down to me. It's kind of like it's like renting an apartment. But it's not an apartment for living. It's an apartment for your business and working your business space. So I think that's pretty dope. It's a dope space. You get a different feeling when you walk in. At least I did, and at least a couple people I've had come through. Shout out to my guy DVS Prestige and my nigga Michael Warren. Came through last weekend, man, and we did a little quick photo shoot. I needed some photos. I needed some new photos with my new branding, because I have there's going to be an article written up on me in the Black Magazine coming up. Shout out to my guy Marcus Sparrow for reaching out and sharing this platform with me. Now I got to get him on my platform, and we're already talking about teaming up and doing some more deeper collaborations and partnerships. And so those are the type of people I'm looking for. People like my guy Marcus Sparrow, who's out here pushing his own issue. He's doing his thing. He's doing it for the right reasons, and he's doing something that's needed around here. He's doing kind of what I'm doing, but in a different form. He's spotlighting people in his magazine. I'm spotlighting on the podcast. He's spotlighting on the magazine. So why not bring it all together and see what we can come up with? And so shout out to my guy Marcus, and shout out to my guy DVS for looking out for your boy this week. But what I was saying, the HQ, it kind of hits different. So the HQ represents structure, the systems, the screens. Y'all see the screen over here. I'll get into that here in a little bit. The meetings, I got a place to host meetings. It's a dope boardroom I got access to if I need it. My space isn't the biggest, but it's perfect for what I need it for a podcast studio and a desk for me to just, like I said, tuck away and do my work. I got a nice view of the city there. It's really dope. And so that's the HQ, the dungeon. This is where the creativity lives. This is where I can work on some stuff. And so between the two spaces, I finally built a balance and the foundation and something to light the fire for me. Because, like I said, I don't know if I said it on this episode, but I know I said it in the last episode. I didn't know what I was going to do when we decided we was going to shut the studio down. I knew I wasn't finna give up. I knew that wasn't going to be the end of the journey. That's what I did know. I did know I was just getting into the School of Success business program over there with my folks at CBI. So I knew I had something cooking still. And so, man, I'm still here. I'm still fighting the good fight. I'm still pushing my issue. And I'm still having fun, believe it or not. Sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes it's rough. And sometimes you just want to give up and go back and get a 9-to-5, but I don't think that's in me. I don't think that's in me no more, man. I'm sure, if I have to, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but we're going to see what this next part of the journey looks like for Thorn City, man. It's been a fun ride since 2014, so it's 2025. Y'all come see me again in 2030 and see where we at. But it's crazy to think just a few months ago, I was still recording my last few episodes inside the GMP podcast studios. And like I said, trying to figure out what's next. But now here we are. We are here. I went through the full rebrand of the business and the podcast. Like I said, I got 99% of my ducks in a row of what I need to start pushing my next issue. And so we'll be fully operational. And next week, it all comes full circle. We got the official launch of the season 3 of the Thorn City Spotlight Show. And so the first episode is how I made it happen. Be seen, be heard, be remembered. The Thorn City Syndicate Management. That's the new graphic for the first episode. Actually, I think I got one more. What was that about? Let's start. I don't know what that was. I got to get my Manny chat set back up. I might see how much time I got. I might get my Manny chat set back up. But let me see. I think I got another graphic that I like. Maybe not. So that's it. We're going to go with this one. HQ images and videos. Yes, consistently. I got some app set up on my phone and it's giving me some messages. It's talking to me and I don't know what it's talking about. But yeah, man, I'm going to talk about the first episode, man, of season 3 is how I made it happen. Man, it was crazy. It's a crazy ride. But this one is special. Like I said, it's one of the final recordings. It's one of the final recordings I've ever done at the GMP before the doors close. And it tells the story of how I landed my first sponsorship without having a big audience and any numbers to show for what I was doing. I had just had a vision and what I wanted to do, and so it worked out, man. And so it's really all about mindset. The episode, it's all about my mindset and packaging your show and understand the difference between visibility and the vanity metrics. Everybody's out here chasing numbers. Numbers are good, but they only can do so much for you. And it can be good, but it could be bad too. Some people just paying for numbers. So they got numbers, but they ain't really got nobody supporting them. So I'd rather have 100 dedicated followers, community members, who's really tapped in and really reaching out and really want to work together versus a million people who's just popping onto your page every now and then just to, be nosy and check and see what you got doing, but they ain't really supporting you. So those numbers can be deceiving. And so that's what I'm working on for myself and how I can help others. And so, yeah, like I said, we in the dungeon tonight, but the vision is operating from HQ. And together, that's the perfect combo. Creativity and structure finally working hand in hand. So I'm excited for this next part of the journey. Let's see. So where are we at in the journey? We're officially building the Thorn City ecosystem, and we're going to build it in real time. And so what the ecosystem is, the Thorn City ecosystem is, that's my baby. That's what's been in my brain for some time now, and I'm finally being able to piece it together and really have the clarity of the vision I want to execute. And so now I just got to execute it. I got the plan. I got all my pieces to the puzzle for the most part, like I said. And so now it's a matter of launching everything and seeing what happens. That's the only way you're going to find out. You got to go through it. Trial and error. Figure it out. I've been figuring it out. Surprise myself sometimes, but hey, it is what it is. So there's 3 pieces to the ecosystem. You have the podcast host system. That's built for creators who want to launch, grow, and monetize their voice. We got the visibility ecosystem. That's the digital screens, the local partnerships, and the content pipelines that keep the creators visible. And then we got the DIY, the DWY, and the DFY tiers. That's do it yourself, done with you, and done for you. Because not everybody needs the same kind of help. Some people just want to do it themselves. Some want it done with them. They need a little coaching. They need a little help, step by step. And then others just want it done for them. Either way, Thorn City got you. We got you covered, man. All levels, all budgets. If you ain't got no budget, I got something for you. Show up to the Saturday Night Live, because this is where we're going to be part of the academy. I probably should have mentioned that too. The Thorn City Academy Facebook group. Make sure y'all join there. It's going to be all about podcasting, and supporting other podcasters. How can we work together? How can we sponsor each other? How can we affiliate with each other? How can I sell your services to somebody else, and how can you sell my services? And we got the Creative Vendor Network Marketplace. That's part of the ecosystem too. That's part of the local partnerships. And it ain't got to be local. It can be worldwide. So in this digital world, anything's possible. And so lots of digital content creation going around. And so you got anything you need digitally, Thorn City got you. So man, yeah, that's what makes the whole thing special. Like I said, it's not just a plan. I don't have just a plan. I have an active blueprint, and I'm building it here right in front of you on the Saturday Night Live. So the videos, the clients, the systems, it's all happening in real time. No filters, no shortcuts, just the process. So come join me for the ride. Because it's going to be a ride. I can assure you that. If you're like me, or if you were like me, where I was, like just stuck in survival mode, trying to figure it out. You need some clarity. You need some systems. You need some processes. I can help you sort all that out. So tap in with your boy. And let's work, man. I'm all about, working together, collaboration. Because you can't do it yourself. I'm doing this by myself right now, and it's a lot of work. But it's fun. I got all my stuff. I'm ready to start popping up on people. I got some ideas. I wanna produce a show. A pop-up show. So I'm gonna reach out to my bro who's out here probably more visible than anybody right now. And he's I don't know anybody who's grinding like him for his brand. I can't say that. I can just say that he works hard, and he's, when I say visible, he's visible. And so I'm gonna reach out. I think he's gonna be my next week's spotlight. And see if we can put something together with my brother. Let's see. The Founding Seven. Right now, I'm looking to lock in my Founding Seven. That's the first group of entrepreneurs and podcast hosts who want to go through the system with me from idea to visibility. These are the people who believe in the mission before the hype. They're not waiting for someday. They're building it now. Real people, real stories, real results. That's what Thorn City is built on. And so, like I said, I got all my stuff I'm wanting to do. But I'm gonna need some people to join in this journey with me. And so, it will be a heavily discounted price. And I'll get into that. Let's just say for all intents and purposes, this is how I look at it. Because this is my next step. I got to start putting my pricings together and my what I'm gonna charge and what I'm worth, and see how all that works out. So this is how I'm looking at it. So during my rebrand and through my School of Success class, I was able to go back and look at all my finances and bills and everything. And so where I'm at right now, let's just say, and this is not fully, I'm not going to tell you all my exact numbers, but this is just a rough estimate. Let's say all in my bills, personal business, everything I need to keep Thorn City HQ running, my podcast, everything. Let's say it's about $5,000 a month. That's what I need to make. I need to make, before I make any profit, I need to make $5,000 a month. So that's about $60,000 a year. So That's what I need. And so that's what's going to be this is how I'm going to do it. That's what's going to be my, what do they call it? They call it your, what is the word they use? They call it your big ticket item. So my big ticket item is going to be my coaching services, where I'm going to get everything I do. Everything I do. You pay $5,000 a month. You get to come record at the studio. You get the coaching. You get the promotion. You get the done for you. You get the advertising screens. You get the advertising. You get everything. $5,000 a month. And so once I clear $5,000 a month, that'll take care of my bills and everything. And so now I'm at an even playing field. So that's gonna be my big ticket item. And then I'll break it down into the other ticket items. So it'll go down, it might be a $2,500 a month ticket item, $500 a month. Like I said, all the way down to nothing. If you don't have any money, I can still help you, but you got to invest in yourself. And if you want to get into podcasting, you have to be willing to spend some money to do it the right way. Otherwise, you might as well just record on your phone at home, and that's not a bad way to do it either. You just got to do it. And so I'll get into some of that too. If you just want to record from home, you don't have a budget. That's okay, because podcasting it's not about the big, extravagant video production. It really isn't. This is podcasting. It's an audio thing. It's more about you, your message, you want some clean audio, and there's tools for that. It won't cost you nothing. But it's all about having some clean audio, a vision, and value. What value are you adding to the people out there? My value is podcasting, visibility. I can help you be visible, and I can help you podcast. I know the ins and outs of podcasting. I've took my master course in podcasting over at GMP the last 5 years. So, but like I said, the key is having a vision and doing it right and actually putting in the work, because this podcasting stuff, to do it right, it's a little bit of work. I can't lie to you. And so you got to be willing to put in the work. I know there's been a couple people reaching out to me. There's a couple people I need to reach out to, that we were working with over at GMP. But we're not at GMP anymore. And so, I'm going to be doing things just a little bit different. I'm not focused on the video production of it. I will be capturing video, like you see. I do have video, but you do want to capture the video, definitely. But you don't want to put too much thought and money into your creating this extravagant video production, because that is not really going to get you anywhere. You can spend all that money on video production, and you record an episode and put it out, and nothing happens. And you'll be disappointed. And then you just keep spending money, and you keep spending money. So why not spend less money, put more time and effort into it, and really do it right? And then as you gradually grow and you get bigger, and your podcast gets bigger and your audience grows, and whatever your products and services you're selling grows, then you get into more of the video production side of things. People get it twisted when they see all these stars and big brands doing these big shows, your Joe Buttons and your Drink Champs and your Club Shay Shays, and they have a budget, and they have a budget, and they have an audience already, and so it only makes sense for them to do that, because they're signing big I don't know if it's multi-million-dollar deals or what kind of deals, but they have deals, and so you got to work up to that. But there is still there's still a market out here for independent podcasters. You just got to do it the right way. And it's not focused on video production, unfortunately. Like I said, capture the video. I'll capture video, but we about getting clean audio, getting a clean production, a clean message out there. Something I'm working on myself. I got to get better at. But just do it. And that's the hard part. Sometimes it's just actually doing it. And so I'm doing it. Season 3 is coming up next week. Let me see if I can do something real quick. I got something I want to put up here real quick. Let's see. Is it this one? Let's get rid of that one. Probably don't show up good on the screen there, but the moment that changed, the moment everything changed for Thorn City, and how I made it happen. That is the first episode of season 3 of the Spotlight Show. I know you can barely see it there on the in there, but it's a little blurry. But let's go back to this one. These are my new thing I'm gonna do, man. And I'm gonna get to that here in a second. Let's see where we at. Okay, let's get that back up there. These are the new. Let's see, where was I at? Oh, the Founding 7, yes. So, man, if you're interested in doing podcasting the right way, that's what I'm all about here on this next part of my journey, is teaching actually podcasting the right way. So those I've worked with over at GMP, and you come back and you want to get going again, we're going to start from scratch. I'm sorry. I hate to do it to you, but we are going to go right back to the beginning, and we're going to start from scratch with your show. And we're going to relaunch it my new way, in my new system. And so it's all about the systems. You got to have a system. We had a system when we first got to GMP, and it was working. And then I guess it got old, and so we were never ever able to come up with the new system. And it didn't make any sense for us anymore to be there and paying that big ticket there, when there was other things we wanted to do. My guy wanted to get on the road and go down there with Tim James, because that is a great place to be. And not only that, I do have my first movie, my documentary movie that my guy Just Stone is putting together for me. The Third Twin Story, Honesty, History in the Making. That's coming, so y'all stay tuned for that too. So man, we just had to make a move, man. Sometimes you got to step back to step forward, and so the journey ain't over, the mission ain't over. You just gotta. Sometimes you gotta know when it's time to reset and just redo it all, man. And don't be afraid to scrap everything. Like I said, I scrapped everything in a sense, and put it back together. Because now you know what to do. Like I said, get some clarity. I gained some clarity going through CBI. The CBI School of Success. And I appreciate them forever for that. Man, but at the end of the day, it's not about having it all figured out. Like I said, it's about showing up again and again and again and again. Man, and then building a system that keeps you consistent. That's what I did. That's what I'm doing. Because when you build structure, you build momentum. And when you build momentum, you create visibility. So Whether you're planning your next move or you're already in your season of execution, remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. This is the new season, the new era, same mission. We're building it in real time. It's your boy Naeem Hall, the Thorn City Podcast guy. See you next Saturday for another Saturday Night Live. Thorn City Podcast guy. Holla at your boy. Let's see. That is all I got. But I do want to talk a little bit about, because I didn't work this into my script for today. I'm going to talk a little bit about the ecosystem, like I was saying. Got the podcast host system. I do have a pre-launch checklist. Anybody reaching out to me about a podcast, I'm going to be sending you this pre-launch checklist. And these are the things we need to do. You need to do. You need to do, or we need to do if you want to get locked into that DWI tier of the podcast host system, the Done With You version. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is, like I said, I'm still working out my pricing tiers, but I got to figure out what kind of deal I'm going to give out to my founding 7 members. But I think I'm going to offer the DWI at the DIY rate. And so this podcast pre-launch checklist, either you can do it yourself or we can do it together. As part of my coaching program. And that's where we're going to start. My screen back over here, man. Y'all see where my spotlight here, man. I've been wanting these screens for a minute now. Glad nobody stole my idea. I imagine somebody's going to steal it now that it's out there, but hey, whatever. It's not as easy as it seems. Like I said, I always have these bright ideas, and it'd be a lot of work. And so I'm still figuring out how to work these screens. They're touch screen. They do a lot. I'm mad that my light is showing right there in the screen. I'm not happy about that. Man, the screen is pretty dope. And so I'm going to have one here on the show, but I am going to be offering, like I said, as part of the founding 7, it's going to be a highly discounted advertising slot as well. I'm looking for sponsors for the show. We're going to run through. That thing will be going through. I know I got the still image up right now because I'm still figuring out how I'm going to get it to look right on camera. But it'll be going through ads while I'm recording here at the Saturday Night Live. And so if you want to get your advertising slot in the advertising there, once you hear in the show, once that screen goes out into the real world, because I do have somewhere, I'm going to reach out to my big bro. I've been needing to connect with for some time now, but it's all about timing. Timing ain't being right for us to get together, but the timing is now. He's got somewhere I can put my screen at, and so he's gonna be the first place my screen goes. I promise you, because we go back too far. And you got to show the love, man. That's what gets you. You got to show love, man. You got to show love to the people, and they'll show love back. And so if you advertise on the show, you're going to be advertised out in the public, where the people is out there, because you got to get off the computer screen, the digital world, and the phones, and into the real world in front of the people. And so that's the theory. Like I said, it's all about visibility. These screens will make you visible in places you're not. And it's kind of like having if you have let's say for instance, you have a clothing brand. This is kind of like having your own little mall store anywhere that screen is located. Like I said, it's touch screen. They can go to your website. They can place an order on the screen. They can scan a QR code to their phone and place an order there. There's so many things you can do with it, but just getting started with it. I was determined to find a way into the advertising world. I've been wanting to get into advertising for a minute now. Advertising is a lot of money in advertising. That's the piece that's missing that was the piece we're missing to the GMP program over at the studio, is having some major advertising and sponsorships. And so this screen is a way for podcast hosts. If you're a host, go get you a screen and put it up somewhere, and promote your show and your services as part of the ecosystem. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be the first one to do it. Ain't nobody done it yet. I ain't seen nobody in the world do it. So you heard it here first. Somebody steals my idea, I'm gonna play this episode back. It's gonna be time stamped with a date, and they're gonna be like, "Oh man, they got that from Naeem, Thorn City podcast guy. That was his vision. He came up with that." So yeah, I did. So now I'm gonna do it. And so if you wanna partner up, let's get to it. 'Cause that's what it's all about, man. It's community working together and giving back, sharing your knowledge, your wealth of knowledge. I've gained a wealth of knowledge over these 11 years in business, from starting out with my guy Third Twin, managing a hip hop artist, to booking shows, booking a tour, hiring a crew for an award-winning music video, bringing the vision together, and then getting into podcasting and building up a production company. My bro's Justin Gaddis Motion Productions, and getting into the GMP podcast studio and building a podcast studio and owning and operating that space for 5 years. It wasn't easy, but we did it. I did it. I did that. Never take that away from me. But there's more to it, and I'm getting to it. And like I said, it's all about sharing that knowledge and wealth. So if you're interested in the knowledge and wealth that I have, and if it can help you, let's tap in. My guy season say tap in on the tap in. We got to get my guy Seasoning back active on the What I Think with Seasoning podcast. That's my production. I'm a podcast producer. I'm a creator. What my girl Nikki Saunders say, she gave me an affirmation to go by. I'm a creator. I create my own opportunities. What's she say? I'm a creator. I create my own opportunities, happiness, and wealth. And so I like that. That's what I'm going to run with. I'm a creator. I create my own opportunities. Oh, damn, I keep forgetting. I'm a creator. I create my own opportunities. Oh, damn it, I just said it. I create my own opportunities, happiness, and wealth. There it is. I'm a creator. I create my own opportunities, happiness, and wealth. So if that's you, you stuck in a rut and you don't know how to get to the next level, I believe I can help you with that. I know I can help you with that, because that's where I'm at, and that's where I'm finna do. I was stuck. Survival mode is what it was called. Shout out to the who posted that for me the other day. So fine young lady. She's up in Seattle. I think she's in Seattle. Yeah, I ain't gonna say her name. I said her name once before. I don't know if she would appreciate that. So shout out to her. She posted something about being in survival mode, and going through survival mode. You learn a lot. You can take those lessons, and they'll help you when you go forward to your next move. So that's where I'm at. Saturday Night Live, we did another one. Y'all stay tuned. Tap in on the tap in. Like, share, subscribe. Thorn City Spotlight channel on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch is where you can catch the live streaming at. We either in the dungeon or we at the Thorn City HQ, one or the other. I like them both for different reasons. This is my first time back here in a couple weeks. It feels good. It's definitely more of a creator feeling here. The HQ is just, it's more corporate. And I like corporate too. I need those corporate dollars. That's where I got to get to next. And so being up there, it surrounds me with other businesses, other business minds. And so you never know who you might bump into and who you might be able to network and build with. And so that's the theory behind being up there in the Big Pink down there at Southwest 5th Avenue. It's pretty tight. What else can I say? I don't know. Well, I don't want to get off live right now, but I don't have anything else prepared. Waiting on my website. Once I get my website, then I'm going to really start putting out some ads. All my social stuff is going to be ad related now that I got the screens, because it's all about putting ad. And let's see, what we here. It might not show up too well, but I'm going to show it on there anyway. I'm really liking this podcast cover here. It's how I made it happen. This season 3, episode 1. It's my story back to the beginning of how it all started, man, and how I got to where I'm at. It kind of takes you from where I was at, how it all kicked off, that part of the journey that I traveled to where I'm at now. So that's what that episode's about. I wanted to just mess around with this. Let's see. I think I like this one. Is that a video? Yeah, that is a video. Let's see how this looks up on see how that shows. Oh, you can't see that at all. I don't know if it'll pick the sound up. So yeah, on my new oh, what happened? While I'm here, I'm not ready to get offline right now, and so I'm just gonna play around with my screen here. Do some ads on the screen there. Let's see what else we got. Still trying to figure this thing out, man. It's pretty dope though. I can't even lie to you. See, it's the same thing. Oh no, it's different. That's that Thorn City ecosystem post. But yeah, all my posts are now gonna be ads. Ooh, and I gotta use the bathroom. I'm gonna stay on live because I want to mess around with the screen a little bit. this one, you guys. Oh man, let's see what else we got in here, man. Who needs advertising? And now into the advertising field, mate. I can't wait to get this all kicked off. I can't wait to get this all kicked off. What's that one? Yeah, man, I don't like it, man. It's not popping out right on the it's not popping right out on the feed, man. I'm not liking that at all. I'm not liking that at all, man. What's this about?
November 1st. What's going
on? Oh, they just sent it to everybody. Let's see what else we got in here. And I'm done. That was a good live, I think. Let's see. Oh, my guy Los, man. My guy Los, man. This is that's my guy right there, man. We don't get out as much as we used to, but me and my guy Los, man, we make it a point to link up on Saturdays, man, and just he works a lot, I work a lot, and so we take our Saturday nights and link up, man, and go indulge in a little bit of a nightlife, and just shut work down and reset, man, and get ready for football the next day and back to the grind on Monday. My guy just hit me up. Looked like we ready to get into the portal and see what's out there. Man, but that's gonna be the end of the live stream. We hit an hour. And that's what I wanted. I know I say 8 to 10, but 8 to 10 is just a time for me. Unless I have a guest, I probably won't go to the whole 10. I started at 8:30 tonight, 9, so an hour's good. I'll get, I want to get like a 15, 20 to 30 minute show out of it once I go back and edit it. And I'll be a happy camper. So y'all tap in with your boy, man.